Yo, 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 yo. We're here for another episode of Sticks and Stones podcast. Sticks and Stones is the podcast where we talk about life, we talk about love, we talk about the brotherhood of the leaf, and we talk about commercial real estate and business in general. So we are here live at the Element in New Orleans. I'm here with my old man, which I talk about a lot, but this is the first time he's on the podcast. Today we are in New Orleans for day 3, for the third day. But this is day 2 of the show, of the Premium Cigar Association International Trade Show. Today was a great day. We saw a lot of stuff. We talked to a lot of people. We saw stuff that's not even out yet. We've smoked stuff that's not even out yet.
It's one of them.
So if you had to say, I don't know how many people we interviewed today. What did we interview? Like 6, 7 people?
Yeah.
What was your favorite interview?
It's a toss-up between Gurkha and
Manny?
And Manny.
Okay, so what I am smoking is the Unforgettable by Diaz Cabrera cigars out of the DR. And this cigar is named after his dad, Eladio Diaz.
Which his birthday is on May 28th. That's when they come out with the annual...
They have a new cigar every year
every
to
year.
commemorate his birthday. Manny was very, very knowledgeable about cigars in general, like cigars and the cigar making process, cigar smoking, like just everything. So he went through with us all of the parts of the leaf of the tobacco plant, cigars in general, a good burn, how you get a good burn. Because if any of you have followed us for any amount of time, you know that I always go about the quality of the burn, the draw, the ash quality, all of that stuff. So Manny went through all of that. So yeah, I would agree. There's a toss-up between that. The Gurkha interview.
Amazing.
We interviewed Raul with Gurkha. He is in charge of all their design, so marketing and design. What an interview.
Which will be on very soon.
Our team is editing that this evening, actually all the interviews, and we're going to be posting on the YouTube channel. So Raul gave me their new lighter, their new torch, to honor first responders and the military. And then the cigar that is honoring Juan Lopez is this one. So it's basically 3 decades of his life in the cigar making world,
Which I'm puffing on now.
It's a medium to full body cigar, but he went through the whole process on how they came up with it, what they did with the design, the problems that they had just matching the blue that Juan Lopez wanted for this cigar was crazy. And all of that is in the interview. First of all, the Gurkha booth is huge, and they showed us around all of their stuff, all of the legacy stuff, the new cigars that they've got coming out. This one is not out yet. This one was rolled specifically for PCA 2026. That was a great interview. However, the interview that is to continue is the Barreda cigar interview. So we interviewed Jenny Barreda, the great-granddaughter of Don Chico, and they are out of Nicaragua. All of the main locations, Esteli, Jalapa, Condega, and she mentioned one region that is kind of unique for them, and they do a very quality blend. They have a handful of their own blends of cigars, obviously different vitolas, but they also white label for a lot of people. So we're actually interested in white labeling our own cigar with them. So we're going to be talking to them about that.
Visiting with them also.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to go to Nicaragua, to the Dominican, to all of the tobacco growing regions. We were also invited to the Gurkha head office in Tamarack, Florida. I also sat down with, and we don't have this on camera, but the owner, Luciano, of Luciano Cigars. Really great guy. And the one thing that I will say, all of these people are very
Super
humble.
Nice. Very humble people.
Very, very nice, very kind people, which is very odd because these people, these men and women are worth millions upon millions of dollars. Some in the hundreds of millions. And to be that kind and that humble is really eye-opening.
It's a feat. It is.
We got a lot of different input from a lot of different people, a lot of different walks of life, different cigar companies, different sizes.
Padron is going to be a good one.
Padron is going to be a good one.
George is a great guy.
George Padron is going to do an interview with us. Very excited about that. The one booth that you didn't go to that I went to, which I'm very excited about because I'm a big fan, is the Crown Heads booth. John Huberman is going to be interviewing with us tomorrow. These guys have put out so much good stuff. So like blood medicine B positive, which I just smoked in New Jersey at Sticks, phenomenal. Tennessee Waltz, La Crema, La Potassier, everything that they do is awesome. So we're gonna talk to them. Their blending is done by My Father Cigar, so pretty good quality, very, very top notch.
We have a interview coming up with them as well.
Just so you guys know, we're interviewing everybody. Everybody we have a chance to interview, we're interviewing with. We want to pick everyone's brain on how things work, how they tick, what they do in blending, and all that kind of stuff. We interviewed with Drunk Chicken Cigar, which was based off of a farm that,
cool.
that the lady grew up on. So much cool stuff. I don't know if you noticed this. This is the one thing that I got from PCA. You know how like when we went to the SHOT Show, there was all kinds of stuff, a whole section of people that did stuff that had nothing to do with guns. Every trade show has that element. Like there's just people, just for the sake of it, to be there, to sell shit. That wasn't here. Like everything here is in the cigar world. Whether it's cigar lounge furniture, ashtrays, torches, everything has to do with cigars.
Of life, exactly.
So I thought that was really cool. Obviously, this is our first PCA. Next year, it's going to be in Vegas. We're going to that. I thought it was a really, really well done show. And the one thing that blew our minds, this is at the New Orleans Convention Center. Everybody and their brother is smoking in this place. I don't know what these people are going to pay.
They get away with this.
Yeah, for the deodorizing and cleaning fees, but it's hefty. I can tell you that.
Hefty.
Now, we're here as media, so our badges are like different price. But I know people who exhibit, people who are retailers pay a much higher price. So whatever it is, these people are making a ton of money, but they're also putting out a ton of money. Like
an amazing amount of money.
The parties.
We're doing a podcast right now.
I don't have any.
It's okay.
So the parties were tremendous. Big venues, they had like live entertainment, food, buffets at every party they had. And you told me this, open bar for thousands of people. So the Guy Fieri thing was hosted by Epic Cigars. They said they had 2,000 people at their event.
I believe it.
2,000 people. Open bar for 2,000 people. Just imagine what kind of a bar that was. What kind of a bar tab that is to pay for.
And that's every night through the show.
Yeah.
Till 2 in the morning.
Till 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So every night there's different parties at 2 or 3 different venues until 2 in the morning. So if you have never been to a PCA, it's something to see. It's definitely something to see. So many parties, so many people doing different things, and this really is an international show. So I got invited to a cigar shop in Peru. We've gotten invited to Nicaragua, to the Dominican Republic. There's people from all over the world here. They're exhibiting from all over the world. And tomorrow is day 3. And tomorrow what we're doing is we are attacking all the accessory and merch people to put the Sticks and Stones logo on high quality items so we can offer it out to you guys. And there's all kinds of stuff. Like we have seen all sorts of torches and cutters and
the Fuente ashtrays were remarkable.
Yeah. So the glass X ashtrays, it's like 2 pieces. It's crazy. The stuff that these people come out with and the thought and time and resources, it's pretty outstanding. Like it's crazy to think that they have teams of people that do nothing but specific sets of product, right? So there's a team that do just their ashtrays, like the Fuente ashtrays and the Padron ashtrays. That's a whole team of people doing all that type of stuff. So that was pretty cool to see. I think we've been to a lot of trade shows in different industries or whatever. I think that the booth construction, like how these guys did their booths, was pretty nuts. I mean, some of these guys had open bars. I don't know if you saw that.
Uh-huh.
Some of these guys had open bars. Gurkha's booth was huge. That was like a 60 by 30?
Maybe more.
So
a little bigger than that.
And if anybody knows, if anybody's ever exhibited at a trade show, you pay by the foot. So they start at 10 by 10 and they go all the way up. Orca's booth was huge. Who else would you say had a big booth? Padron had a big booth.
Padron had a huge booth. The FDL, my father's, huge.
La Flor Dominicana?
Yeah. That was a huge booth.
So what was cool about the LFD booth was they had a huge island in the middle, and they had all of their products in there, including the Andalusia Bowl. That was pretty cool. And it was like every iteration of it, every version of it, every Vitola of it. It was pretty cool. I didn't see much past that because I was just looking in the booth to see all the stuff that they had. But I know they had a big one. Interestingly, Sensia didn't have a huge booth. It was nice, but it wasn't huge. I mean,
it wasn't as big as
I guess you don't
others.
have to be when you're Placencia.
Yeah.
However,
but they had some good lines in there.
Yeah. I think, what else is different about PCA? They had a lot of live music coming through. They had mariachis come through in the early afternoon. Then they had like a New Orleans jazz band coming through there. So that's kind of different. Don't really go to a trade show and see the organizers pay for live music to come through the event. There's a couple of booths that we have to hit tomorrow that were pretty wild. Like I've seen them on social media. Outcast Cigar, they had a woman with their icon, their mascot is a panther, not a panther, a cougar. And they had a woman with a cougar head on, and she jumped on their table, and she was like, I think, throwing out beer or something. So I want to go to the wild ones tomorrow. That's definitely one of them.
They also had during the show, they had beautiful ladies with fire doing the show.
Oh, you mean the after?
Yeah, the after show.
The opening?
Yeah.
Yeah. The opening
that
parties.
Was pretty cool.
The opening event parties. There were, I don't know what the hell you call them, fire artists?
Yeah.
Spinning, it was crazy. They definitely go all out. PCA definitely goes all out.
Yeah, I'm going to go to all these shows because I'll tell you what, top notch.
What's the Epic? So Epic Cigar tomorrow's Sunday. The guy who plays John Kreese on The Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, he's gonna be here tomorrow at the Epic booth. Epic also had Guy Fieri, so like that's another like wild, progressive, new style company. So we got to go to that. There was a couple of others. Foundation Cigar was actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Like they were
a little on the small side.
They've done a ton of social media marketing, but their booth really wasn't huge, and not like the size of the booth is everything. But I didn't think it was like over the top. Like there's a lot of people here that are like over the top, and they weren't really, I'm just gonna say it, it wasn't anything to write home about. I love the cigars, love the company. I just think that the booth could have been better. Did you see that one?
I did. One of the things that we should tell our followers on the Padron, I would always see a hammer on their
we don't want to give that away. That's going to be part of the interview. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's something about the marketing
you gotta watch
in Padron. You got to stay tuned to the YouTube channel for that interview. That interview is going to be great, and there's a lot of family heritage that goes into everything they do.
Family heritage.
So the opening day, they had a select few people come up, and Padron was one of them. So there's a docu-series called Hand Rolled about Padron Cigar and the Padron family.
It's a little over 20 minutes.
The whole document, there was only an abridged version. The whole documentary, I think it's like 2 hours.
Right.
Super duper great, but what was even better was George Jorge Padron brought his entire family that was here.
Up on the stage.
There were some people that, they have offices in Miami and, of course, Nicaragua, Honduras, are now, I think. But whoever could be here stateside was on stage with him, which was pretty cool.
It was
big family. Big family.
I first interviewed with George earlier today, and I explained to him about the family. He said family is number one. Without family, you don't need anything else.
Super nice guy.
Super nice guy.
Like, these people are, for sure, Padron, that company is worth hundreds of millions.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And to be as humble and as nice and kind, the guy is very kind. That is super impressive. I mean, this is one of the industries that I could say, no matter how big you are, most of the people are very humble, very kind, very down to earth. Which you can't say that in a lot of industries.
You can't.
Right? Hospitality, you have a big restaurateur, most of them are not kind, not down to earth. You know, very egotistical. Almost every car, you know, the automotive industry, the aircraft industry, most of these people that are very uber successful, really not cool to talk to. And these people are very approachable, very down to earth. You didn't meet the guy, but Luciano of Luciano Cigars,
I haven't met him yet.
super duper nice guy. And Raul of Gurkha,
Great guy.
super duper
Very
guy.
now.
Took down my phone number, texted me afterward. Super cool. That's
We're
kind.
sharing music
with us.
Nice.
Of course, to stop right here. Perfect.
Very cool. So, to all our watchers and followers, take a look at Drone's site and look at the claw hammer. And then Angelo will do a live podcast on what that hammer's about. We didn't know what it was about either. Just look
so
at it.
we learned about that in the opening address. I think that any one of these PCAs are in big conference centers. Like New Orleans conference center is actually huge. This is my first time in New Orleans. But Vegas is also huge. You are going to do a lot of walking. Now, normally, you go to any convention, you do a lot of walking. But this, you are going to do a ton. I think I looked at my phone, over 8,000 steps today, and we did more walking after that. So you're going to get in at least 10,000 steps. I didn't see... Did Perdomo have a booth?
Yeah.
Perdomo?
Yeah.
Not Perdomo, Perdomo.
Yeah.
How was theirs?
It was decent size, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their whole line was out.
I mean, Perdomo's such a name in the industry.
It is.
My Father's, I'm excited about to see that tomorrow. Warped, that's another boutique.
I didn't see that one.
They are here, and I'm excited for that because they make so much good shit. Like the Comina, the Cloud Hopper, all their stuff is phenomenal. But it's all like 38 ring, 42 ring. It's not big diameter stuff. It's small stuff. But for people who smoke bigger ring cigars, to say that Warped makes great stuff really means something because their cigars are phenomenal.
Tomorrow I'm going to be visiting with Fuente and, of course,
JC Newman.
Bobby Newman, I've known for a few years. Great guy, wonderful family guy. His two daughters are actually in the business with him.
The other booth that was good was the Altadis booth. So they're featuring Macanudo. You know, their Altadis is huge. They've got so many brands, they bought so many companies. So they were huge.
Macanudo had a great booth.
We went through General's booth, the General cigar booth. I know it was a big booth. I don't even remember what they were exhibiting. Like, that was kind of crazy. But the other thing, like Drunk Chicken, I had no idea what Drunk Chicken, that it even existed. So there's a ton, like, I think it's called Illusion cigars or something. So we got to check those out tomorrow and Monday. You know, fit it into the schedule because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff out there that a lot of people don't know about that might be good smokes.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's kind of like why people are here. You know, not just podcasters and not just, you know, cigar influencers or whatever, but there's a lot of retailers here. That's like the main thing is for the retailers to get in front of the manufacturing companies. So Warped is going to be pushing a lot of product. I know Crowned Heads is going to be pushing a lot of product. One of the things that same owner is involved with Crowned Heads is also Oz Family Cigar. So the Ozingers started CAO, and then they sold CAO. CAO does all the flathead stuff and the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, the country cigars, the Brasilia, the American, all of those cigars.
Cool.
They do those. Then they sold it off to a bigger company. I'm not sure who they sold it off to. Then they started Oz Family Cigars and Crowned Heads. So I can't remember the name of the newest one. It's a mix of a couple of things. It's Lebanese for black, I think, and then something else. Katura or something like that is the name of the cigar. Looks really, really good. I haven't been able to smoke it yet. These brands may not be known to a lot of people because they're not the big umbrella brands. They're not the Alec Bradley. Oh, that was another one, Alec Bradley.
Right.
They had a nice booth.
They had a nice booth.
So there's so many small companies that are not the Alec Bradleys, not the General Cigar, not the Altadis,
That's got
not
good
the
stuff.
Padron. You know, like Warped has really good stuff. Crowned Heads has really good stuff.
How did you like
Foundation.
Manny's These are small little company. So how'd you like Manny's?
So this is the second one that I'm smoking of the Garcia Cabrera line. Phenomenal. I mean, his dad was the master blender for Davidoff.
Right.
They know what they're doing, right? This is a phenomenal stick.
Super knowledgeable guy.
The La Diana was the one that I smoked with Manny. Crazy good. What's good about them is the construction, the draw, the ignition. So they stay lit. They don't die. The ash quality, everything about the cigar is great. And just having a good blend with a good flavor profile is just like a kicker. It's a bonus. So they were phenomenal. And he said they have, what, 17 different cigars?
Yes.
Not like 17 cigars, but different sizes and, you know, whatnot. So not like 17 cigars. They have a lot of cigars, but 17 different blends under different names. That's not a lot. That's not a huge catalog, but great product. So there's a ton of these companies at PCA. You just got to find them. And then the other thing was, we got so many cigars today. People were giving out cigars left and right.
They were.
I think this is my 7th or 8th cigar today. So that's awesome because you get to try out all kinds of different stuff. Like, I would have never known about this. I would have never known about Bereda if we didn't come to this. And I'm excited about that because they grow their own stuff. They cultivate the seed, grow the plant, roll everything, ferment. They've got stuff that's been sitting and aging for 8 years. I mean,
Padron has got a cigar. He won't even open the box to show you what it is. Debut, I think he said, is in May, someplace.
really?
Yeah, George had said it. They don't even open the box.
So that's the other cool thing. You get to see things and try things that the public can't see or get their hands on.
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
This is one of
Yeah,
them.
that's one of them.
This is one from Gurkha.
One of the other things in the interview is Raul gave me something that no one on planet Earth will ever get their hands on. And I am not touching it for no love of money.
He was pretty cool like giving it to you.
Yeah, so really great people over there. And you would think that I called a big brand. They weren't a cigar company, but the big brand, very well known, not the greatest outcome. Very uppity, very hard to deal with, very hard to work with. You would think a company like Gurkha would be like that. They're not. Super duper cool. Again, invited us to their headquarters in Tamarack, Florida, which I can't wait for. Just super down to earth, super open-minded, and gave us a lot of information, a lot of insight, you'll see in the interview, the band alone has so many pieces in that band. It would blow your mind.
It's all trial and error. Raul told us that.
And he also said that, which was a long time for him, but just for the packaging on this cigar took 3 months, which is super duper quick for anybody else. But for them, it was like an eternity.
Because they hammered it every day.
They turned so many different products and so much packaging, and Gurkha is known for their packaging and being a luxury brand and kind of top shelf, top tier. For them to put out what they put out in the amount of time is absurd. It's crazy. Most of these companies, like we talked to some of these smaller brands, takes them anywhere from 6 months to a couple of years. To do what they did in 3 months, pretty nuts.
They got a crew that's unreal.
True.
A lot of these companies don't have that crew, but they Gurkha does.
For day 2, this was the first day of the exhibit hall. I took away a lot from it.
So did I.
I took away the quality that goes into these products and to actually meet the people that blend them, roll them, design them. There's so many jobs in this industry. Each individual company employs so many people and they contract with so many people. This is like an ecosystem in itself.
It is.
This industry has so much capital. It's very capital intense, but it puts out so much money and they pay so many people.
No one ever sees.
Yeah.
No one ever sees it.
If you watch the docuseries Hand Rolled, you will see the impact
I agree.
that the Padron family has made, not just on Americans, but Nicaraguans and people all over the world, right? Because they employ so many people and they contract with so many people because they obviously don't do the printing themselves, right? They don't print their own bands. We're going to find out, but I would assume they don't. I don't think they make their own boxes, right? So they contract with people These guys are making millions of cigars a year. That's a lot of product. Yeah. That's a lot of resources, a lot of capital. So they're putting out a lot of money, and a lot of money is revolving. Right? It's going from one vendor to another, to another, to another. And then there's like the taxes and tariffs that these people pay. Now, one of the things that one of the brands was telling us, the laws change so frequently that one brand had to completely rebrand because one state outlawed something they were doing with their marketing. So they had to completely rebrand, reprint all of the bands, reprint the boxes, which is it's astounding that because one state changed a law, changed a rule, an entire company had to rebrand everything.
Well, they have team members that they're just hired just to follow the rules.
I mean, it's
which
crazy.
Is amazing.
So I mean, you've got people of all walks of life in this industry and providing services and products to this industry.
Right.
Think about tomorrow. Like, what is your plan of action for tomorrow?
Well, I'm definitely going to see Bobby Newman and Fuente. That's one of the stops I have to make. I know Bobby.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go to Florida anyway for Luciano and
Tampa, yeah.
Gurkha, might
right.
as well go there too.
So that's
my father's.
My father's.
Definitely got to hit my father's.
Right. I've already stopped with them. They've agreed to
an interview.
An interview. We have to just set it up. And because everyone is so slammed, this is their Super Bowl, is this show. And so they're slammed. But Monday, everyone's having the rest. Our meetings, interviews will be done on Monday.
Now, the cool thing about John Huberman at Crowned Heads, he was just like, look, I don't do schedules.
Stop it.
He's like, bring your stuff, bring your gear. He was like, we'll do a podcast right here on their couches. He did, at the time that I talked to his guy, they already did 2 podcasts with 2 different podcasters. By that, I think it was like 11 or 12 in the early part of the day.
Already did 4 or 5 today.
Yeah, the time that they gave us was really humbling.
It was.
I mean, Manny's interview was how long? 20-some minutes?
22 minutes.
And then Raul's had to be at least that, right?
Yeah, it was 20 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. So, I mean, these are busy guys. This is the Super Bowl for cigar people. And to give that amount of time was pretty cool. Very, very cool. And then John said, come by tomorrow whenever you have your gear, because I didn't have the camera on me. He was like, whenever you have your gear, come back and, we'll just do one. But then I met the guys at Freshbox. Freshbox was so cool because it's a box that looks like a humidor, but it's plastic. And the interior can save your cigars and keep them humid for up to a year, which is crazy. And the box is cheaper than a wooden door.
Absolutely, sure.
Right? And it takes 1 Boveda pack. You put 1 Boveda pack in the bottom, and this is the one thing that they didn't mention in the interview, but it's very true. What is the one thing that happens when you put a Boveda pack in any humidor? It miscombobulates everything.
Why?
You put the cigars in, and then you don't know where to put the Boveda pack. So what do? You lay them on top of the cigars.
Right. They have a section on the bottom of this form.
It lays flat, and
it's molded.
It ends up flush, so
molded
you can
for the pack.
Put your cigars in
right.
without a problem.
Right.
And then the other cool thing was the 3-pack boxes of cigars. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
All the boxes in there.
That was cool.
The boxes are vented, so that way you can stack them in the fresh box.
That was a great idea.
All of your cigars are vented.
Yeah.
So you get all of the humidification from the Boveda pack. But what was even cooler was on the box, they have at a glance information on what type of blend, what strength, and then
I like that.
They have a shadow of the size of the cigar. So you could see the actual, Robusto, Churchill, whatever. That was super cool. So Freshbox is relatively new. It's only, they made a splash with their cabinet. They have a humidification cabinet that you can put in a non-traditional cigar environment. Like gas stations and places like that, you can put a very high quality cigar in this cabinet, and the cigars are individually packed, like they're like in tubes, and the case itself fits the tubes. It's really weird to explain. You'll see it in the interview. That's where they made the splash. That's where they made their money. And now Freshbox is like 2.0. and I think they are going to do gangbusters.
I think they will.
Have a and you'll see in the interview, they have a whole lineup of branded boxes. So like AJ Fernandez, Drew Estate's a big one for them. Oliva, all the big boys have a branded fresh box. So that was super duper cool. And I think that there's going to be a ton more companies like that. I think the application is a little different. It's almost like a Pelican case for cigars. I think the name of the company is like Travel Box or something like that. That's going to be really cool to see. And I'm sure there's some stuff that we don't even know about that we're gonna find tomorrow. So this is the wrap up for PCA Day 2, which was very exciting. Bunch of interviews which are being edited now. Going to be on the YouTube channel very soon. Tomorrow's Day 3. We're going to be doing hunting for accessories and all kinds of merch, new stuff that maybe is not hit the market yet, and then a lot of the other brand of cigars that we weren't able to interview today. We're going to interview tomorrow and Monday, the final day of the show. So with that, signing off for Sticks and Stones. Stay blessed, and above all else, keep it rolling, baby.
Stay well.